Katong, a place with a strong Peranakan influence. You can see it in many of the homes and shops along the main streets. Katong is well known for the best food. Here, you can truly get a really wide and wonderful range of local cuisine, in particular, Peranakan food. In the 50s and 60s, Katong was a popular seaside retreat filled with wealthy Peranakans who bought houses here. Who are the Peranakans anyway? They are descended from early Chinese migrants who married or mingled with the local Malays in the Strait settlements of Penang, Malacca and Singapore. Hence, the Peranakans are also known as Straits Chinese. As a result of the mingling of the two races, a unique Peranakan culture evolved. Their cuisine, born of those unions, became a defining culinary feature of this region. One Peranakan dish is laksa, a combination of rice noodles, bean curd, shrimp and other ingredients bathed in spicy coconut gravy. Laksa is lasha in Chinese, which sounds like spicy sand. It could be because of the sand-like sediment that settles at the bottom of the bowl when the laksa is finished. The sediment comes from ground candle nuts and dried shrimp, some of the ingredients of this addictive dish. Laksa has far outclassed many local dishes and has reached the distant shores of China and Brisbane. Laksa has also made regular appearances at five-star hotels in these foreign lands. On the East Coast, one is spoilt for choice when it comes to laksa. There are 4 shops selling the famous Katong laksa, and all are within shouting distance of each other. Laksa fans know about this laksa paradise, and they travel here from all over Singapore just to savor their favorite food.
I come from Jurong. Say we'll go makan laksa. Laksa, okay, we go Katong. It's the only place I know only is the best, I think.
My working place is up in MacPherson. I came here because today's weather is a bit cold, so we decided to come here for laksa.
My daughter also likes to eat this laksa. Okay? But she's working in Science Park, so she says if I come to Katong, I must go and get the laksa for her.
Has Katong become synonymous with laksa?
Well, laksa is a Katong dish. Katong is the heartland of the Peranakan culture, the Babas. And that's where sort of laksa originated. And I think the hawkers that serve laksa came from Katong, and then I think other people learnt it and it went throughout Singapore.
These laksa shops operate so closely to each other, and each claims to sell the original Katong laksa. The competition is intense. For the record, just 3 years ago, a laksa war broke out in Katong when local food critic Violet Un rated the 4 laksa shops on East Coast Road in her food column. They are all located on the same block between number 47 and number 57 East Coast Road. The article suddenly put these 4 shops in the spotlight, thus heating up the competition.
有些人喜欢我，但就来跟我当食顾咯。这个就要看这个顾客的口味了，看他适合吃哪一间的话呢，就去哪里吃咯。
放Katong laksa真的很多，其实只有2间而已，北洲分这边，其他的都是好像 imitation 啊。
Sounds like Marine Parade Laksa is very confident about its business in Katong. Maybe because it is the original founder of Katong Laksa? Marine Parade Laksa is owned by the 2 Ng brothers, whose uncle founded the business. He was also the first to sell laksa in Katong. The Ng family has more than 50 years of experience in the laksa business. It all started with an unlicensed hawker stand run by the Ng brothers' uncle, Ng Jua Chui, and their father, Ng Chui Seng, along the coast of Marine Parade in the 1950s. Their regular customers back then nicknamed the uncle Janggut, which means long beard in Malay. This was no doubt because of the long hair sprouting from a mole on his chin. In 1963, Janggut finally decided to become legal. He got a license for his hawker stand and named it Marine Parade in English and Katong Laksa in Chinese. Later, the Ng brothers inherited the family shop in Katong, which was originally located inside Hock Tong Hin Eating House at number 49 East Coast Road. At one point, the brothers quit the business to take a break. But 1 year later, they decided to get back into the laksa scene. They have since settled down at the current spot at number 57 East Coast Road. After Marine Parade Laksa moved out of number 49 East Coast Road, 3 to 8 Katong Laksa moved in and took over the same spot to run its Laksa business. But the owner, Nancy Lin, had to move out half a year later due to business conflicts with the owner of the premises. If that sounds confusing, wait till you hear this. Soon after Nancy moved out of number 49 and into number 51 East Coast Road, the owner of the number 49 Hock Tong Hin Eating House opened her own Laksa shop there, where it remains to this day. Meanwhile, 3 to 8 Katong Laksa had been doing very well since its move, so Nancy expanded her business and opened another shop along the same stretch of East Coast Road at number 216. Her son manages the number 51 shop. Recently, she has also started to franchise her Laksa business. That's why Nancy's Katong Laksa can now be found even in town. How do patrons in Katong decide which shops to go to when all these Laksa shops are so closely bunched together and each claims to sell Katong Laksa?
I think the gravy, it has to be like real coconut milk. Yeah, some stalls use like condensed milk, then you don't get the flavor.
Down here there's a wide variety of laksa from various stores, so it's quite competitive. We go for the taste.
The gravy here is very thick and fragrant. That's why we chose this place.
The elder Mr. Ng, who owns the place with his brother, thinks it has something to do with a special ladle they use to stir and scoop up the laksa gravy. He made it himself with coconut shell from fresh coconuts bought at the wet market.
The school you find is last time what we find out because our bowls is all fallen seed, so if you use certain cockles or the chip of it, so we use some to one knock off, and we have a special flavor came out.
It seems that Marine Parade Laksa has the advantage of a long history and a special ladle. But to those serious about Laksa, this may not be enough.
不同的地方都是自己弄的啦，我们的配料这些，别人都是外面买那种现成的。
We use coconut juice, fresh ingredients, and all incorporate. That's why the fragrance is different, entirely different.
The main ingredients used in Marine Parade Laksa are laksa leaves from Malaysia, chili oil with prawn paste, dried and fresh shrimps, dried fish, fish cake, and coconut milk. Using only coconut milk is one of the unique features about Marine Parade Laksa. It is because of the strong coconut base in laksa that Nyonya Laksa is also called Laksa Lama, which means rich in coconut in Malay. Needless to say, the special chili is another titillating factor that makes laksa so seductive. Don't go away, there's more when we come back.